Welcome, guys. My name is Investor Stallone, or at least that's what I go by on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. Um, Today, I'm going to be bringing you a little information on a project called BanKR. It is phenomenal tech, has real users. I use it almost daily at this point. So, um, to get started, I've been in crypto since 2020. I've bought like Bitcoin in the 7,000s and Ethereum, either I think around like the 200s, right around the 200s. So I've been in crypto for quite a while. So that's a little bit of experience. Now that doesn't say anything. I've made good chunks of money and I've lost tons of money. That's just part of like, investing in general, no matter the markets, to be honest. But crypto just gives you so much more opportunity, especially with a smaller amount of capital. So either way, okay. So what is BanKR? This is an AI trading agent where you can use natural language to perform a trade. So if you just wanted to say, "Hey, BanKR, purchase me $100 of Ethereum," it can perform it. It can swap for you. You can do tons of stuff. So a little bit about it is they can, when you make those trades, you can use that natural language. They have a terminal, or you can also do it on the X timeline, which is pretty crazy. But where I want to start you out with is the private terminal. So this is the BANKR account. So this is the official BANKR bot. It's got the gold check mark and it's at BANKR bot. No E right there. Okay. Um, there are scam accounts, so be careful when you are getting into this, because people know that there's a lot of funds that are attached to these because your X account will have technically it has its own crypto wallet essentially. So what BANKR allows you pretty much has created every single X user a wallet, whether they like it or not. So you have, like I could send you money right now, crypto, on the timeline if I knew your handle, right? So either way, let's get into it. So you go to the official account. This is their banker.bot. You'll click this right here, and that is going to take you into your terminal. Look at how clean and beautiful this website is too. I think this is a team of about four developers, four or five. So anyways, this is your entry right here. It'll have you log in, like when you do this, like when you launch your terminal, it'll have you log in. You just log in with your X account and your password, and you're good to go, man. Like all you got to do is get some funding in there. And to be honest, like if you interact with the community on X and stuff, they'll probably send you a few bucks to get you started. That's just how it works with this community. They're pretty great. So okay, either way, here we go. You got over 2 million messages sent, which means like, there's typically transactions attached to all of these. A 250,000 active wallets. And I don't know if these have been updated or if they're live updated, because they did update this website, I want to say like maybe 2 months back or so. And so that I don't know if those are static or if they're updating them. Either way, very, very impressive. Okay. This coin does trade on base, but they can get you into any of these chains right here, um, as well as Unichain and a few others. But yeah, either way, here's the rundown. Here you got your private terminal. You can tag it on X. You can tag them on Telegram as well. I'm not a big Telegram user, but I know a lot of people use it. So yeah, this is kind of what it can do. And so I'm going to just put us right into the terminal. So here's my terminal. Right. So how can I help you? So this is just like any ChatGPT or Copilot, whatever you use. And this is where you would just type in what you want BANKR to do with your funds. And so on this left side, you can see this activity, right? There's things I've done over you know, I've done a lot of stuff on here, right? So um, those are your transactions. You have some orders, you have some automations. Um, so like you could, like, right, like these are some of the prompts that we're going to go into. But like you could have order limits set, you know, place stop loss for $100 at BANKR at 10% drop, right? Like you can do this kind of stuff and you can just set it and forget it, right? You don't have to monitor charts. If you know a level you want to get into a coin, you can do it, or you can prompt it. Like you can use, I think BANKR, they have recently shipped where you can have like event driven trades. Like if you can add more complexity to what you want him to consider when he puts you in a position. And that's being like I've seen them tweaking it. So that should be a pretty interesting feature once we really get the hang of that as users, you know. Sometimes with this team, dudes, they ship so much stuff. Like they ship like a new feature about every week or two at least. And like the users like sometimes just don't have time to like go explore it, you know, even though it is really simple to use because all you're doing is prompting, but sometimes, you know, like they just ship you, which is a great thing. So this is Avantis. This is a perp dex platform. Basically, they allow you to use leverage trading, right? And so I probably don't want to open up this position because this is a coin long right now. Um, I think I got this around 300, and at this time, I think coin is trading around 280. But I'll open it for you. I'll show you some loss. Yeah, we're rough. We're rough, but it's only 5x. So Um, the lick price would be 265. So I don't think they can get me. I think we'll hold. I think we rally. So we are. You can do limit orders. You know, you can sell on price increases, and you know, sell 10% of banker when price drops, or you know, stuff like that. Either way, let's get into our wallet. So if you need to get money in here, you can deposit. If you hit deposit, you can select a chain to receive your funds. You can do like Base, Solana, Polygon. Um, choose how you'd like to fund your wallet. You know, I have some funds already in here and stuff like that. But you can add a credit or a debit card. No KYC required. Um, Pretty damn cool that you can just fund it like that. You really don't even need you don't need a Coinbase account or anything like that. Um, Banker Earn. Banker Earn, they shipped this kind of like right when the market was turning over to get wrecked. And honestly, we should have taken it as a sign. Like I'm you know, they told us to stable up. They added this banker earn to where if you're not trading and your USDC is sitting idle in your account, they will pay you an APY. Now it's 3.79% currently. And this changes because they will go into base pools, Polygon pools, Uniswap, and they will bridge chains to find the best yield for the USDC. And I would imagine with everybody stabled up right now is why this is a lower amount because when they first shipped it, this was like 10, 8, 9%, which is pretty cool. Um, let's go to my wallet here, right? So this is your wallet. You have your base. And so, you know, that's Coinbase's blockchain. This is everything, um, you know, on my positions here on base, right? There's some that Avantis. So this, you know, this leverage trading over here, this company airdropped all of the top Banker Club wallets. So they ended up airdropping us like it was like 2 grand if you held it for like 2 days, you got like an additional amount. And once you unstaked it, it was sitting there at about a $2,000 value. And then in the course of about 4 or 5 days, it did 5x. So I mean, there were Banker Club members, and I think it was like 500 of them. I mean, if they held, I mean, they were looking at 10, 12, $14,000 gains on an airdrop. And then another crazy one is this Edel right here, right? So they just airdropped us this like 2 days ago. And the same thing, if you held it for more than 24 hours, they gave you double the amount. And then, you know, this is worth 400 bucks right now. So, I mean, it was over 500 at one point. I think it's retraced just a little bit, but, um, and they've also done that with another coin called Send, which I won't get into. And then they've also did another coin. I think Degen did a small one, and you know I think they threw some people like 20 bucks or something, which is you know, still cool. So yeah, you can do Solana. So you would drop down. I'll show you all your stuff. I bridged all my stuff from Solana obviously to Base because I just have no edge on Solana personally. I think Base there's a little bit more substance of projects and people sticking around. So either way, this is Polygon. Um, this is like some liquid staking thing. Um, the Polygon account was actually posting Banker on the timeline, like telling like, hey, you can stake in this thing. So I don't know. I did it. I'm down bad because I think I put like 150, maybe 200 bucks in there. Uh, but you know, everything's down. It's one of those things like, what are you gonna do? Are you not gonna take risk? Are you not gonna participate? You know, it's like, dude, participate, take a little risk, get some money. You'll make it back. You'll be fine. You'll be just fine. And this might get, who knows what this will get you, dude. You might be eligible for a Polymarket airdrop. Who knows, man? You can do mainnet Ethereum on here. There's Unichain, and here is Banker Security Module. So this is where you can stake your Banker. So I have about 5.4 million Banker in there, and I've earned 39,000 Banker. So if you want to see, and that just went live. This just went live about a week or so ago. So we're earning 11% interest. So I mean, we can just look at that. Let's see how much that's worth. Sorry, I don't ever use this MacBook that I'm recording on, so um, bear with me. Okay, we've earned 39 just from staking, but I've earned like, I want to say I've earned like over half a mil, or no, I think I've earned over a million from just their previous activities of stuff that we've done where you could earn Banker for um, your holdings and NFTs and various other stuff. Okay, either way, let's see how much that's worth. 39. This probably won't be much because they just shipped this like last week. $12. Yeah, I mean, these things were Banker's like down like pretty bad right now, but the whole market's getting wrecked. And so, I mean, this one, it is kind of defending this zone here. Um, you have a lot of based whales though. So I think they're going to bottom out. I mean, you can see really going here when some FUD starts hitting. I mean, who knows what's going to occur? I mean, the whole market's like fear and greed's at 10 right now. So who knows? But I mean, I think you can maybe divvy down here, but dude, this is such a solid project. There's so many good holders. That it would be surprising. So either way, let's get into the tech. So let me show you what is going on with this tech and how to use it. So I need to get some, I'm going to sell some of this Edel right here. And should we do USDC? Yeah, let's do it for USDC. Okay, so we're going to shoot this off to him. This will take him just a moment. And while we do this, I'm just going to show you some stuff. So here's what we should do. We should look for who is bull posting some Banker right now. And then maybe we will show you, um, you know, we'll show you how the bot works. Hmm. This is just my following. Maybe if I go for you, because I know I'm a Banker bull, I'll see something. Go. If you're on X, this is a good guy right here. This Go guy here, we'll send him. He's tagging Banker bot. He's being active. So um so you just tag the bot at Banker bot, send go. What should we give him? $1.50 of USDC. Let's go over here. Let's make sure this see look. Swap 2,500 edible for $93 USDC on base. And bam. So there's our USDC, 93 bucks. And here we are. Let's send it over to Go. Another one is Polymarket. We can pull up on Polymarket links and bet on them. Um, I want to find like a good link to do it on. Sometimes they post these. I'll show you this one if we see it. I mean, this one's which is pretty cool because it can get you into prediction markets, which is bunch of opportunity there. This is the Edel Finance. This is what we got airdropped and what we just sold a little bit of. Probably shouldn't have sold it, but you know, show you what's going on. I'll stake my Edel and claim the rest. So yeah, so Shockwave is another good guy in the community. Yeah, Banker Block unstake my Edel and claim the rest. All right, let's send Shockwave. What should we do? Hmm. Should we send him some Edel? Oh, what the heck am I doing? Sorry. Again, I don't ever use my Mac. So it is a struggle bus sometimes typing on this when you're coming from like your Logitech keyboard or whatever. At BakerBot, send Shockwave. What do you want to do? Let's give him an extra 2% of his Edel. Of my Edel. Okay. Shot that off. Okay, so look, here's the banker responding, right? So this is the stuff we sent go. I said send go, a buck 50 USDC. Banker responds. I sent a buck 50 to go on base. And so that'll show up in his banker wallet. It's there, right? Like so when he comes in here, um, you can see my position reduced. It's not that 93 or whatever it was earlier. So that's in his wallet. I don't know, pretty cool tech in my opinion. So let's do a leverage trade. So this guy's claiming and staking his Avantis rewards. That again is the leverage trading website where we can stake through the protocol of BANKR. Look at these guys, man. Like there's just so much bull posting. I gotta go like all these guys. Like if they're using the bot. I'll like look at this community. You just have these guys mobbing, dude. They're just making memes. They're using the tech. Use $40 of my ETH and buy equal amounts of BANKR, Clanker, DRB, and Runner. So I think he provides the CAs for Runner right there. But that's pretty cool. And then again, we have another account. So this is a Checker Social. This is another token. It's actually really, really interesting project. They can pretty much track user bull posting of certain projects, and they can see like if there's a bunch of rumblings about BANKR one day, then there might be some signaling there, like people are, there might be some flows going that way, right? So here's Khalid, and this is attention flowing into BANKR today. The thing I like about BANKR is simple. It isn't trying to be the loudest token, it's becoming the most useful one. Real tools, real builders, real community. That's the kind of foundation that scales fast once people start noticing, and we're early AF. At BankerBot, buy me $50 at Banker, please. That I couldn't agreed with more. Okay. Khalid. How do I get out of this? I don't think I follow that guy, but I'll follow from there. Here, we'll give you a follow, bro. I like that tweet. All right. I'm trying to see if we can find like some. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, here's a whole nother story. Okay. This one's a long one. I don't know if we should get into this. You know what? That'll be another video. We drop in the comments if you don't know about DRB and you want to know about this DRB. It is an insane story. This DRB ticker, there's an account associated with it that is an AI agent, one of the biggest AI agents in the world that has $1 million of tokens in its wallet. So that's another video if you'd like. Robinhood. Uh, I would love for Robinhood to put a banker terminal in their app. Um, Coinbase, this is probably something I should have rolled out to begin with, right? Because it puts a little validity to the project, right? So it is backed by Coinbase Ventures. which is obviously the VC firm tied to Coinbase, which is publicly traded on the stock market and included in the S&P 500. And so essentially what that means is Coin is going to have constant buy pressure on their stock, no matter whether you like it or not, because it's included in all these ETFs. And that money is I'm visibly seeing that money be invested into this base ecosystem. And that is where, BANKR lives and all of these type of different projects and stuff. And so with that, Coinbase has a layer two blockchain called Base Chain. And it's just like Ethereum. It's a lot cheaper and it's a lot faster. And so that's really pretty much all you need to know about it if you're not familiar with crypto. It's just kind of like an interface, right? Like it just allows things to run smoothly, more quickly, and cheaper. Pretty much the gist of it on what base chain is. But anyways, there's a lot of builders there because like they're very builder aligned. Like they want to help you. They're going to provide tools for you. Um, but anyways, so Coinbase's layer two has created a new wallet. It's called the Base app, right? So it's kind of in this early stage. It's somewhat rolled out to like a select amount of users. I mean, there's a good amount of users on there right now, but it's not fully ready. But they're going to launch it to the public. But either way, this banker bot is integrated. Like this terminal is fully integrated into that that app, and you can use it in messages. You can like on X, we can't use Banker in like private chats yet, but we can do it on other apps. So he's integrated into Telegram where you can do it in the group, like your chats there. And the best thing about Banker is there's so many little tokenomics that the dev has really incorporated. And so while we're on that the dev talk, um, this is the dev of Banker. So if you're at all interested in crypto and you want to make some money and you want to pay attention to like real builders who are at the very, very like at like the the forefront of what is being built in crypto sphere on some of the biggest chains, out there currently, right? Like he has one of the most successful projects on base by user counts, by volume, by chart metrics. Like he's this guy's cracked. Okay, so turn on your noties and watch what he does. Like just go interact with what he's doing. Um, he has insights, dude, and so these things are gonna help you. And so like sometimes he signals. Like when he signals something, like he's investing in something or he's interested in something, it's something you should probably like take an eye. Either way, deployer, follow his notifications. Guy's cracked. Um, let's do a leverage trade. Come on, man. Someone give me a chart. I drew some lines. After a long time studying the BTC chart, I figured he just targets 93. What are we at right now? I'm going to check my phone. I'm not going to pull the chart up right here. Um, give me just one moment. And we're at 90. Where are we at? 94 right now? It's Sunday night at 7:50. Like they'll probably, I don't know. Let's just long it, dude. Fuck it. Let's long. Let's probably just do a 3x. Let's not do something crazy. So like when you're using your leverage, like if you do a 3x versus like a 20x, right? The higher your leverage, the quicker you're going to get liquidated, right? Like they move your liquidation price up. So like you might be able to get away with like a 3 or 5, X long right now at Bitcoin, but it's very, very, very um volatile right now. So I could just be incinerating this money right here. But let's do it. Okay, at BNKR brought 3x long Bitcoin with, let's do 30 bucks of USDC as collateral. No stop loss, take profit at 142. Okay. So when you're doing that and you are prompting the bot, be very intentional with what you're saying and don't be lackadaisical when you prompt it, right? Because this is an AI agent. This is essentially interpreting what you want to do. Okay. And sometimes these things make mistakes. Banker Banker has made one mistake for me out of my time of using it. I've used this project, or I've used Banker for almost a year now, pretty much. And it's made one mistake. One. So, and that's what that Banker security module, like what this thing is down here, like all this staked, that is to cover if there is an issue, we cover one of the other community members, and we get to earn rewards at the same time. So anyways, let's take a look at the chart though. Let's get rid of all this shit. Sorry, I don't ever use a deck screener. I'm always mobile. So um, it's kind of like a pain to try to do this right now. There we go. So I'll be honest with you. I bought this project below here. I think I bought it over here at like right there. And I didn't buy much. I bought like, I think like 500 bucks, maybe less, like we're somewhere around there. It was under 500 bucks. It was not an insane amount of money whatsoever. And I was kind of seeing what was occurring over here. It wasn't live on X yet at this point. And then I think like right when this announcement of it's going live on X, this thing freaking rallied like crazy, right? And then we had, the Melania Trump fiasco, and everybody got absolutely wrecked. But when you came down here, you created a higher low, right? So like you didn't even go back test these. We held right around like 6 or 7 mil. What did it go down to right there? About five or so. That's a dark time, dude. And I know what happened here is all of my positions on base as this was dropping, I was clipping out all of my other positions and I was buying this whole dip right here. I bought this whole dip down. Like I think all the way down. And like I didn't have a ton of money at the time. Like I had like a ton of positions on of like the base eco just because I wasn't as familiar with the base eco at the time. And so I kind of wanted to get my money into areas to where like if it started moving, like I could like pay more attention to it, which is probably it's a really bad way to invest. Like it was a horrible idea, right? Because I said I didn't know anything about like most of the projects I was holding. I just wanted to be like, I know we're in a euphoric time right now. Like there's a lot of hype. Get your money out there. One of them's gonna work, and then you'll find it. And then that's what occurred pretty much though. And because then I saw Banker, it had this performance, and then I just started buying and started using the product. And then this was a phenomenal run. Um, we came in, we had some highs, retraced, but then you have this lower high again, right? It didn't come back down here. See, it kept the lower high. You do this. This is probably Coinbase Ventures. This is probably their accumulation. I bet you they're probably because they bought 2% of the supply. I visibly saw that they had 1.82%, but I think they announced that they purchased 2%, but I could be wrong on exactly how they did that. But there's clearly some, you know, this chart looks pretty damn clean, dude. Right? So you got low, low. You held your lows every retrace, lower, lower low, lower low, retrace, or higher low, sorry, all these higher lows. You do this, higher low again. This one was a very interesting right here, right here. This, on this day, I think somebody bought too much and they weren't supposed to buy quite yet. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of like those conspiracy things. You know what I mean? It's just kind of fun. Because you see this huge wick, right? You see it wicks all the way up here and it retraces all the way. And like that's a huge move right there. You're going from 72 all the way down to 52 in one day. And then a lot of people got flooded right here. So they sold like a lot of like newer community members like sold right here. And then Coinbase Ventures and the Coinbase account, and there was just this push where BANKR was on Thread Guy, like he was, or Deployer and BANKR were on Thread Guy. So you kind of just had this buzz going, right? And the market was kind of like in a decent time at this point. This is like July. And then it just ran, right? So it just went all the way up to 112. And so you're kind of like retracing this a little bit, well, a lot of it, right? So you kind of have this area where you kind of have like a falling wedge type deal, and then you kind of like bounce. You have some good volume here, green bars. Um, but then again, I mean, I think you're still holding like higher lows, right? I mean, is that technically the last low and you're there? So then here's this. And like typically with kind of like when you see charts like this, they just always tend to cut it a little under before there would be a reversal. So I'm kind of thinking they might just try to FUD us, just get this thing probably right in this area. And then I think V shape. I think it's probably gonna go. This is a dangerous game to play when you start talking about price, but it is very difficult for a coin to go to a quarter mil, especially an altcoin like this. And um, like if I think Banker could really do a quarter mil, like I do. Like I think it would probably be over here, like by just like late December. Like if the market can hold and we can get a little wild, like this thing could zoom out and it would do like a here, where's it's a good one. I'd say like here I made a right, like this one didn't have as steep of a correction, right? This one didn't correct as hard as Banker. You know what I mean? This is another base coin though. This has a lot of hype. This has a lot of institutional players. I mean, this thing's kind of cooked. I mean, like in a good way. Um, but like you can kind of see like you have these major retraces, right? And like they look so small when you go back to them back in these areas. But like if you look back, you're like this is kind of where Banker is right now. So it's not like a crazy thing. Like we see this happen all the time. And so like if we just I mean open this up a little bit. Sorry, man, I gotta get a new gotta get a keyboard or something. But yeah, like either way, you look at this retracement right here, man. Like that's probably where it go from 43 down I mean, yeah, it's like a 75% retracement, 80%. I mean, it's what Banker just did essentially. And then like you have all these lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then they wicked it down once, right? Like this is pretty much where Banker is. It's just it's not at, it's not at 13 mil right now. It's at 30 mil. But it's the same kind of structure. You know what I mean? Like you have these things and it's just holding that support and then you V shape. Like I think this thing V shapes, dude. And I think it's gonna happen violently. So yeah. Anyways, let's go back. Let's go see if what has happened with our banker bot. Okay, so look, here's our long. Open your 3x long on Bitcoin with 30 USDC. entry at 94K, take profit at 140K, no stop loss. So then let's just ask him, like, what's my lick price, which is means liquidation, meaning if it falls, I lose, you know, I lose my 30 bucks. And then we can also just go over here and we will just close that. Let me reload this and then I'll show the Avantis position probably. So look, here is our Bitcoin loan. It takes a small fee, right? So collateral 29.90, you know, take a few cents for you to get into the trade, all this kind of stuff. Liquidation price is 67,000. So I'm pretty sure like if like no matter what, like I think this long will probably this long I will guarantee you this long makes money. I almost guarantee you because there's no way Bitcoin doesn't get like a dead cat bounce from where it currently is at 94 before it goes to 67. I mean, come on, dude. Easy trade. I should put like freaking should put thousands on right now. Okay. Anyways, this is just a quick entry. This wasn't quick. I showed you a lot of stuff. We talked a lot of stuff, but we barely even tapped into what BANKR can do. Either way, I would say if you want to do this, go ahead and oh wait. Let's go to leaderboard. Okay, this is something. This is the BANKR leaderboard, right? So this is something really great. Like they were tracking our activity on socials, like Twitter, like how much were you using the product, and they were rewarding us in BANKR coins, as you ranked. And so, I've got a rank of 177. I think that's I don't know if this is because they are changing this because they're doing a season two. So I think this might be static at the moment. But anyways, I mean, this thing allowed us to earn, dude. So if you can see that you've got this index of like all these traders, right? Like, and if you guys want to get into BANKR, like you're curious about this project, like I think it's phenomenal. The community's great. You can go through here, dude. And these are their X handles. You can just follow these guys, right? Like this guy right here, he leverage trades tens of thousands of dollars on the timeline and like makes money. He loses money, and that's just fucking part of it, right? But it's awesome. Frenchie, this is he is the mod uh for the project actually in the Discord. So he handles a lot of bullshit tickets, from what I hear. And but yeah, he's cool as fuck. Daya, this guy, I mean, and like look what it shows you. Like it shows you the amount of banker they're holding, how much are they staking. They earn some from their the banker earned. So he had a little USDC for probably like what a day, and then just moved it because you know, who knows. All right. But then they have these NFTs, they have these booster coins, and then you got a cumulative, total over here. So go through here, go follow some of these guys. I'd say I could probably vouch for about 20% of these people on here. Um, the rest of them, like I've probably interacted with just about every single one of these guys on here. Just because the community is very active, they show up, and that's a good sign, man. So I think I'm gonna call it here. There's a lot of stuff we could touch on. I mean, we've barely even scraped the surface of BANKR. Um, so either way, I think you should get on. Here's the action items. Get on X. If you don't have an X account, create an X account. This is where it's the most fun, in my opinion. Go to BankerBot. You click right here, and that is going to sign you in. You just hit launch terminal, and that will sign you in with your X account. Now you can use this terminal whenever you want, no matter. On X, if you're responding or you're trying to use it on the timeline and stuff, you have to have 100 followers. And the reason you need to have 100 followers is to avoid bots just coming in here and spamming our bot, right? Because if they just DDoS this guy, like they send him tons and tons of, transactions and requests and shit, like it's, obviously it's going to clog stuff. So, but either way, so yeah, we showed you Bitcoin longs, we bought, we sent, um, yeah. So I say, action item, go in there, get logged in, and use the product. If you need a few USDC or a little ETH or something, and you tell me you came from this YouTube, I will gladly fund your wallet, and I will leave a referral link in the comments too. So when you do go into Banker, if you want, you can use my link and then I will get referral like over here. You see these referrals? I guess they don't have any because we're on page, we're all the way down to the 20s, right? This guy, look at this guy, Onchain San Francisco. Oh, those are NFTs. Jesus, how he's got 29 of those bad boys. Um, yeah, I maybe these aren't updated, but either way, I'll put it in the comments. You guys have a great day. Any questions, you can put them in the comments. You can hit me up on X at Investor Stallone. Um, I'd say keep an eye on base. I think things are going to go higher, even though it's things are doom and gloom right now. I think now is the time where you can find some gems and potentially make a lot of money. So that's it. Deuces.